Now I want us to talk about what is mental illness. I named this four-part series after a class I took in college after the same name, Philosophy of Mind and Mental Illness. And this was at San Diego State. And the very first day of class, the professor gets up front, and the very first thing he says to us is, I want to make it perfectly clear, you have a brain, you do not have a mind. And I was thinking, okay, I'm glad he gave us his presuppositions up front because I knew what to expect. But I was really hoping to take a class on the non-physical aspects of what the mind is. But instead, I ended up learning a lot about the human brain and how it affects different types of behavior, which was also very valuable. But even though that was his opening statement, we did discuss some of the competing theories. And the other thing he brought up the first day of class, he asked, what is sick or broken? Is it the mind or the brain? Okay. And depending on your worldview, that answer is going to vary greatly. So for your materialist, your naturalist materialist, they do not believe we have a mind. They believe we have a brain. We have a physical brain, and all mental states, feelings, emotions, drives, desires can be explained physically. If you're more of a spiritualist, you might not even believe you have a physical body, that your body is an illusion, that illness is an illusion, or it's a mental state of being or a problem. If any of you have ever encountered Jehovah's Witnesses, um, many of them hold to this belief. They don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is they don't believe in physical or mental illness as being a physical issue. It's a spiritual issue. It's a psychological issue that needs to be dealt with in that way. So that's a good thing to know if you're checking into a Jehovah's Witness healthcare system. They're not going to be treating your physical body unless it has to do with treating the mind or the soul or the spirit. That is where their focus is going to be. Also, in Eastern religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, there would be a strong emphasis on everything in this physical material world. It's transitory, it's impermanent. That which abides and lasts is mind or spirit. And so there is that connection. And then Christians, of course, would tend to be more like Descartes in the sense that we do believe we have a real physical body. It may not be permanent, it may return to the dust from whence it came, but we have an immortal soul that will continue and abide after the perishing of the body. So there's three kind of examples of how this works. And once again, depending on where you're coming from and your worldview, when we talk about mental illness, there could mean very different things. From one group actually thinking, well, there's something broken or damaged in your physical brain, to other people saying, no, there's something broken or damaged in your mind, that non-material part of yourself. Any questions on that slide?